Everyone, it's Tracy from IntuitiveTracyRoy.com with this week's Cosmic Intuitive Weekly Reading for May 15th through 21st, 2017. So, before we go get Whitehawk and do the card pull about this week, let's talk about last week, because can you just say with me it was crap? I do hope that there were others who had a great, fantastic, out of the ordinary week. However, for me, I really did have to work hard at grounding and bringing the focus back, because if you recall, that's where Whitehawk had us what exercise he had us doing throughout the week about bringing us back to the focus, so that then we could be aware. And then with the card pull, it was about being open to receiving. And so it was crap in the way that the weather was crap. It rained. There's been flooding around here, which was so unusual. And then I mean, there were highlights, right? I went to my school reunion, but what really sucked about that was, you know, I was what's that called? A shrunken flower, because I just melted down. I hope to be doing a vlog. I'm going to do an annex part to the vlog on the reunion, so you understand. But, you know, with the rain, like, I got wet, and then I had to put my hair up, plus I sweat already as it is. So as much as it was fun to meet people, it was also hard being an HSP and an empath in that environment, right? We should have just stayed at the restaurant where we first started. But there was a lot of positive things that came out of it, and I think that's where the open to receive goodness in your life came from. You know, again, connecting with people that you haven't seen in years. But I found it a difficult week in regards to sleeping. I found it a difficult week in regards to just dealing with emotions and becoming very irritated as well. So if you were there, it was for good reason, if that's how you were feeling, and that was because of the May 10th, which in this case is just yesterday, was the full moon in Scorpio. Damn those scorpions, they hurt, they really sting, they really do. So it was very big shift we came through. And I noticed, you know, on the Facebook groups that I'm part of, and just talking just to people in general, how everybody was feeling. And I can't imagine for the people who were dealing with the flooding of their homes, losing their homes, you know, having to leave their homes, and then they'll have to deal with the cleanup, and they'll have to deal with insurance, and so on and so forth. And just so many stories came out of that, which were just heartbreaking. It was a difficult week, or like I said, it was crap. That's all I'm going to say. Crap. I try not to swear on these, but however, you know, sometimes it is very apropos, and the only words that can help are profane words, or not so nice words. All right, so that was last week. Let's go through this week and hope that the moon energies will dissipate a lot, so that we can get back to our emotional health and our mental health, and move through the week. As you can tell, can't you tell I'm low? You can just sort of see it. I didn't even want to come here to do this reading, because I just so full of emotion. And you have to understand, I can feel everybody's emotions. I can feel the collective consciousness emotions too. So I do a lot of clearing throughout the day. You know, is it theirs or is it mine? Oh wait, and then I'll hear, you got the whole world in your hand. You know, I'm like, oh great, so I'm feeling the whole world. So like, it's like this whole week the whole world felt crappy, right? So there is some solace in that, knowing we're all connected, and that what you're feeling and going through, probably a lot of other people are too. However, it does suck, doesn't it? It sucks the big one. Okay, guys, I'm just going to park, and then I'm going to do some channeling for you. Kids, so now we're going to go and get Whitehawk and see what he has to say for the upcoming week. But just to note, so I just ate because I was feeling so low, and sometimes I'll shake if I'm so hungry. So I ate. I had a salmon sandwich. It's a good thing you're not here because, you know, not so nice smelling. Anyways, so I say this to you as suggestions when you're feeling like that. Make sure you eat. Always make sure you eat. And don't eat just salads. Make sure that protein's in there, right? Your chicken, your whatever kind of meat you like. Make sure the protein, or it can be cheese, or it can be eggs. It can't just be fluff, right? It just can't be fruits and veg. You got to get that protein in there. You got to get those breads in there too. But if you're not into the breads, or you can't be for whatever medical reasons, then eat your proteins. That's always going to help. So I can feel my energy coming back, and then I did some more clearing, so I don't feel as low or as sad as I did. So take heed and take note of those little suggestions. Okay, let's go see what the big guy has to say for the upcoming week. And then I hear an echo of what I just said there. Take heed. Let's go see what the big guy has to say for the upcoming week. And Whitehawk finally begins, yes, Tracy, it will seem like it will be an echo of the previous week. And we're walking along a path together. I'm like, man, are you kidding me? I'm like, seriously? Last week was so black. You know, I go, the weather was so black. Not black, but it was challenging. It was emotional. And he's like, well, yes. So, an echo of last week, he says, we still need to bring the focus here, bring everything right here. He says, do your breathing in, blowing it out, get by water. He says, as for your friends who are dealing with devastating floods, he says, it's more about getting into the shower for them, a warm shower. It's more about connecting with the water in regards to like taking a bath or getting into a shower to stay warm, but also to deal with the healing qualities of waters as opposed to the debilitating qualities of water as they're experiencing. So for many of you, again, get by water, lots of meditation, lots of grounding, lots of doing things you like to do, whether that's just hanging out with yourself and reading a book. I do not think for many of you it's about going to a bar and dancing and drinking up a storm. That does not serve anyone. He laughs. He goes, but just be with you. You know, the shift is not over. We still have residual energies coming in from the shift, and for good reason, children. It is raising the consciousness. It is raising the vibration. It is putting you in a new location. It is putting others in a new location. And so for some, it's about coming through such natural disasters as floods, he says. For others, it's about coming out of a relationship, a toxic relationship, a long-term relationship. And that in itself, children, can be in a marriage, it can be in a partnership, it can be in business, it can be in your personal life. remember, and this is interesting, children, that when other people's lives shift, your life shifts with it. Your alignment is ready to meet up with you. So there may be many of you have been like, come on, when's this going to happen? Come on, come on, come on. He says, you know, the new job, whether it's a new job or a new romance or, you know, winning the lottery, whatever. He says, I digress, not winning the lottery, but just feeling like, come on, when's good going to happen? When's it going to happen? He says, so do not look at this as being negative. Do not dismay at this, because through these things, you meet people you never would have met before. You do things you never would have done before. He says you also connect with people and places and things that you never would have imagined in your wildest dreams. So why does shift happen, children? Well, I've just told you, n'est-ce pas? So, as you move and you groove, stay close to home, children, and know that the only way to get through it is to go through it. There is no easy answer. However, one can manage getting through it. It's all about knowing when to ebb and knowing when to flow based on the ebbs and flows of life. God bless, children. I'm like, hey, that's me. I do that. And so he's just sort of laughing, and he just gives me a big bear hug, and he says, things are going to get brighter. Things are going to get brighter. But we have to go through this first, children. God bless. All right. So, sorry. Let me just check. Is that something? Okay. Did I ever tell you that that's my wonderful body? Oh my God, why am I drawing a blank right now? That's because I was just dealing with Whitehawk, so I haven't really grounded back into my body yet. So I can't really think. Yes, that's a body. I'm so frustrated. That's how my body lets me know if there's a message for someone that's around me. Nice, eh? I'm out and about shopping or out at dinner and I just start to hack, right? Because that's like spirit saying, hey, I have a message for the person that's like right next to you. I'm like, sorry, I am not the Long Island medium, and I'm not going to like go over to them and say, oh, hey, your mom's here. She wants to talk to you. Sorry, that's just not how it works for me. Integrity, my friends, integrity. Alrighty, so that, great. That is that. And I'm going to do the card pull for you. Sorry, I feel like this is long. Okay, so we're dealing with the Healing with the Angels Oracle deck again with Doreen Virtue. I'm not bored of it yet, so we're just going to go with it. So for the collective consciousness that comes here for the week of next week. Okay. Oh, we have an upside down card, which means negative or addressing blocks and stuff. Ooh. Creative expressions. You see her? So that's her upside down. Now, right side up, creative expressions are fabulous, right? It's about sort of dealing with art or people saying nice things to you. So in being creative or hearing nice compliments from people. But in an upside down, Yeah, I kind of get a sense that things are going in the toilet. Like, that's what this card... Yeah, like you're going to hear things from people that aren't very nice. Like, you know, you may get in a fight with your respective spouse, partner, co-workers. I'm trying to think if it's like a boss. It doesn't really feel like a boss. It feels like people you're kind of friends with, or your partners. Yeah, it's like getting in fights and people saying very degrading things or not very nice things. I'm checking to see if it's even you guys that'll be doing that. Yeah, this is a big kaboom. Big sort of like clearing the air week. And things are going to come out that aren't very nice. He said, she said. I mean, you might even get into it too, right? Especially if you're in a toxic relationship with a narcissist. They tend to bring out the worst in people. And even though they're the ones that push the buttons and started the abuse, right? They come into you all nattering about something, and then you raise your voice, and then they say, stop yelling. And then you go, I'm not yelling. Like this, you are yelling. You're the one being abusive. But they're the ones that just came in and maybe busted in on the bathroom on you and, like, you know, didn't give you a heads up or knock or be respectful about wanting to talk to you. You know, like and then they turn around saying, like, no, it's you that's being, you know, abusive and rude and disrespectful, but it's actually they who started it. So I get the sense, kids, I'm really sorry, that's kind of where it's going. And for me, it's already started actually, because, so yeah, I mean, I got a surprise about something. I'm like, what? And it came from being in my marriage. And although we've almost separated for 2 years again, we didn't move until the last 6 months, right? So there was things sort of the residual from that. And I was going, are you kidding me? I'm going to friggin' kill him, right? So there could be that kind of disagreements or those things where you just are going to have a creative expression. That's what it is, you know. So be blessed. Know you have to go through it to get to the other side. These are happening for good reason. Don't be afraid. Live your life with love, with faith, hope, and the knowledge that you can come here every week and we're going to guide you and support you through it, whether it be with just the knowledge that, hey, I'm not the only one going through this crap. There's other people as well. Okay, kids, subscribe if you already haven't. It's free, costs you nothing. And give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed what you've seen here, and join me on my other social media. God bless.